Oh, look at this angelic creation.
Hey, what's up, Beat Squad? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the best pasta sauce. I have been perfecting this recipe for many years now, and it's absolutely flavorful. You can of course use it in pastas, in lasagnas, even in chicken or eggplant parmesan. It's so good that I call it better than grandma's pasta sauce, and I can't wait to share it with you. Let's get it. I'm going to start with our tomatoes here. I've got some beautiful tomatoes on the vine. You know you've got great tomatoes when you can smell them before you can see them. It's late summer right now, peak tomato season, and it's the perfect time to make this sauce. You can make a very large batch with these tomatoes to enjoy now and freeze some for later. I'm going to get our tomatoes started by washing and boiling them for about 15 minutes or until the skin starts to wrinkle and peel back. While our tomatoes are boiling, I'm going to dice our onion and start smashing some garlic. So in my mortar and pestle here, I'm going to just roughly smash the garlic until the skins peel off, and then smash and muddle the garlic into a paste. Now you can definitely chop up the garlic, but using a mortar and pestle to smash up and muddle the garlic really opens up the flavor molecules and releases a lot of flavor. So our tomatoes look done. The skin is cracking open and pulling back. And we can just let it rest until it cools a bit and then start peeling off the skin. And you can see just how easily it peels off. We want to just cut the top off and then roughly cut it into large chunks so it can cook down faster. Don't worry about the big pieces because we'll run it through a blender in a bit. So let's start cooking. In a hot pan here, I'm going to start with some extra virgin olive oil. Once the oil gets hot, I'm going to add in a bay leaf. The bay leaf really does make a difference. As it slowly simmers in the sauce for hours, it imparts such a delicate and subtle flavor that perfectly complements and really uplifts a thick sauce. Next, let's add in our onions and our garlic, and a little bit of salt to help our onions cook through. It's already starting to smell so good in here with the garlic, the bay leaf, and the onions. If you want the exact measurements, check out the description box below. I'll write out a full-length recipe so you can make this delicious sauce at home. And while you're down there, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can keep seeing more delicious recipes. Okay, so the onions are starting to turn translucent, so I'm going to add in our chicken stock. And as this starts to come to a boil, I'm going to get started on our seasonings. I'm going to start by crushing up some fennel. Fennel is really going to take this dish over the top. It's going to add a freshness and a cooling, full-bodied zing to the sauce that's going to really complement the herbs and add to the aroma of the sauce. So to season, I'm going to start with our herb blend here. It's some oregano, thyme, rosemary, and sage. A little bit of freshly ground black pepper. Optional, but some red chili flakes. Our crushed fennel. A pinch of cinnamon. Some salt, and some sugar. This is what's going to help cut through the acidity of the tomatoes and achieve a really nice bliss point. Once the onions really cook through and turn translucent, because once we add in the tomatoes, the acidity is going to make it very hard for anything else to cook. And then once the dried herbs and spices have a chance to bloom, let's drop in our tomatoes and then add in a fresh basil leaf. Once the tomatoes cook further down, discard the bay leaf. It's done its job at this point. And then let's run this through a blender and pulse it to your desired consistency. And then I'll just add this sauce back in. Just close the lid and let it simmer for about 3 hours to reduce it to about a third of its original volume. The name of the game here is low and slow. You don't want to rush this. The flavors need a lot of time to blossom and marry together. It's going to take time. We're going to need to be patient here, and the more time it takes, the longer you're going to have to put your love in it. You do want to keep stirring it though about every 8 to 10 minutes so the bottom doesn't burn. Alright, this looks good. You can see just how much this reduced and thickened up, and the color also got deeper, and it will continue to get deeper as it cools down. And there you have it, folks. I truly hope that you make this at home. It's an absolute game changer. After all, it is better than Grandma's pasta sauce. Cheers.